Hey everybody, today is Friday, April 19th, and we have a family coming to select their puppy. It's not the go home time, but they're coming to pick which puppy is theirs. And so I actually have Willow's puppies out doing some temperament evaluations with them. We've gone on our little ride up to the pavilion, and this is their first time here. Somewhat explained earlier with Maple's pups. Willow's pups are just to the age now where we can start to discern some of their personality temperament features. And so I'm going to kind of get the camera down close to these guys. You may hear Maple's pups actually talking to us. They're still in the back of the truck. So they've been on the ride with us up here, and they're feeling a little bit picked on because they know we're here and they're still there. But we're focusing on Willow's pups right now. This is their first time here, and you're going to notice some temperament differences with some personalities. Which ones are a little bit more confident and acclimating quicker to this new space that they're in, and which ones are taking a little bit longer. So today's climate can sometimes affect pups. If they feel like they're going through a big difference with their climate, then they're trying to figure that out at the same time as they are their new spaces and things like that. Today's not a cold day, but it's a cool day. It's in the 60s, and so you might notice some of the puppies perhaps shivering. They're not cold. I think they're just acclimating to the difference in temperatures and things like that. Cold pups, they'll just huddle together and stay warm. So these guys are just fine temperature-wise, but they're starting to get a feel for this totally new environment. So we have some pups that are acclimating quicker and some a little bit slower. I don't know if you noticed Miss Dark Pink here. She's getting her zoomies going. She's got a pretty happy tail and confident. Mr. Black over here, he is a little bit more reserved and hanging back a little bit. He's got his tail down and just starting to figure things out. Purple, she's feeling pretty comfortable. She's comfortable enough to start a wrestling match with Black, and he's just totally taken a back seat to that. So Mr. Blue over here, he's gonna have a potty break, so that's what he's up to. We'll let him do his business in private, and I'll get to cleaning that up here in a second. So we've got gray and yellow and purple. These guys are kind of hanging out near my feet. When we spend time with the puppies, obviously we're sitting in the puppy room, and they've become accustomed to hanging out by our feet. They like to experience, chewing on our shoes or our laces or our pant leg or something like that. So some of these pups will find their comfort zone right around us as humans, because they're used to us being with them, and if they're in a new space, then they'll kind of stay close to us. So I am paying attention to who's staying close, and I'm paying attention to, all of them actually just got really close all at the same time. And now some of them are finding their comfort zone and venturing back out again. So we're seeing some of those pups doing that. Gray did that actually to have a potty break. So we've got the potty over here I need to clean up. So I'm gonna pause the video and clean up from Blue. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So we've got the pups out exploring. We got little Miss Pink, and she's doing good. We got Purple here. She's starting to get pretty acclimated. We got Red going. So dark pink and red are sometimes hard to figure out on some of these videos. We've got gray, and blue and black are liking to hang out near me, so they're kind of following me around. Gray is getting his adventure, or green is getting his adventure on. He's doing his walk-arounds. Gray has some good zoomies happening. That's some confidence as they learn to pick up speed. Miss Yellow, she's got a pretty good happy bouncy tail. Confidence level with the head up. So Black's starting to warm up. Look at that tail go. So he took a minute to acclimate, but he did start to warm up to the completely new environment here. New experience, things like that. I don't think I'm going to have the pups play on this hillside today. We've got a little bit of blue sky poking out from the clouds, but the weatherman had us with quite a bit of rain, and so I don't want them out there and then just have the bottom open up and be stuck out in the rain trying to shuttle all the pups back in. So we'll do that adventure another day and just let the pups do this space for right now. They're telling us a lot about some of their confidence levels. So we've got red over here. We've got gray down at my feet checking in. Blue still playing around with my pant legs. Miss Yellow, Miss Pink. We got green, dark pink. We got black. He's starting to get his adventure on very well. He was kind of the slowest one to warm up to this space today, showing the most amount of caution to start with, but he's venturing out and getting the happy, confident tail going, so we like to see that. It's pretty normal for all the pups to just take a minute and get their confidence level for new things. None of them have chosen to interact with some of the toys and play with those yet. They're mostly using their eyes to figure this out, and their nose. Pretty soon they'll start to get comfortable and explore things with their mouth. So I've got the chairs still in the middle of the room from when I did Maple's video. I'm gonna move that back out of the way. The chairs were my seating spot and part of my camera setup, so I'll get that out of the way, open up the space for the pups so there's not so many direct obstacles for them. Let me get this chair out of the way without stepping on anybody. Okay. So these guys are pretty well acclimating to the space. They're all venturing out. Getting used to everything that's different about this space. Mr. Blue, he's ventured away from my pant legs. He's out getting his exploration time. Gray's doing well with some zoomies. Got little pink here. Got red playing around. Mr. Green's back here. One of Maple's pups really talking to us. You might hear them in the background. They're still in the truck. That's fine for them to have some truck time that's just parked, they can find a content moment with that. But one of them knows we're out here and they're not, and they're feeling picked on. Look at that huge butterfly. I don't know if that's a butterfly or a moth. It's too dark. It's got too much backlighting. It's very pretty. Black's getting his energy turned on. Did you see that little happy spring to his step? So we pay attention to several things with, oh, we got a potty break. Gray doing a potty break here, so I'm on poop patrol all the time, all day, every day, trying to keep things clean. So come over here and take care of that. I'll leave the camera running, and maybe somebody will run by the camera while I'm doing this. So, okay, I'm back from poop patrol. You might notice some other things. Those are not poops. The leaves have blown in with this side being open. We had a pretty good gusty night with some wind and rain. Not too bad though. So these pups they're doing great. They're just a couple days younger than Maples for having this experience, and each day is actually a huge deal for pups and their development. It's pretty common for us to have pups this age, as far as a day count, up here to the pavilion and experiencing something new. We've had pups younger than this up here for puppy videos. We haven't done these younger at the moment with the weather and things like that. Their age and the weather and the days didn't line up with having them up here earlier than now, but they're doing pretty well. I think Mr. Blue, he's feeling the temperature a little bit. He's decided to just lay down, huddle a little bit. It's not cold, but we keep these pups warm. They need to stay warm. When they're growing, they use a lot of energy just to try to shiver. And so if they're shivering, they're not using calories for growth. And so we keep the pups a toasty 75 plus in their puppy rooms. So 10 degrees difference cooler for them. And their coat density being what it is, they feel those temperature, the lower temperatures quite a bit. So puppies do anyways. So Vizslas can handle cold temperatures on an infrequent, brief type experience. We've lived in northern Utah and our dogs have been out playing in the snow, you know, single digit temperatures for potty breaks and things like that, but not for long. They just don't have a thick coat density that some other dogs do. These guys are doing pretty good, all in all, considering the difference in the temperature and things. So, doing good. We got Miss Purple. She's checking in and hanging out. So, oh, the sun came out. The sun's trying to peek out from behind a cloud. We'll take all the sunshine we can get right now. So right now, a lot of these pups are talking to us. I'm hearing more of them talking. They probably are hearing some of Maple's pups talking to us and complaining. That might be initiating some inclination on their part to probably say, "Where's Mama?" And so when pups talk like this is their "Hey Mama, where did you go?" sounds, and "We're looking for you, Mom. Can you come find us?" So this is the typical mama conversations that we are we hear that pretty commonly when the pups are separating from mom during the weaning process, and they're in the same space and they're just saying, "Hey, which way did Mama go?" This is their conversation that they have. This is their group protest for us to bring back Mama. Oh, Mr. Green, he got his head through that little opening and then put his head down. That's kind of a V shape, and pushed his head down and through there. He's just fine. He just had to figure out to lift his head back up out of that. Where did Green go? He was crying about it and then he walked away. Here he is. He's trying to put his head in another small space. Get through to Mr. Red there. So we'll open that up and let him through. He hasn't figured out that he's a lot bigger than he used to be. He thinks he can squeeze through tiny places. That's not the case. So one of the things we have in their puppy room is those obstacles, and they have that specific size of hole that they can start to fit their head through, but they can't get their body through, and they've got to back their way out of it instead of push their way through and get high centered in the hole. So kind of teaches them as far as going in tight places and getting back out of them and things like that. So I think I'm going to let this little experience suffice for these pups, and I'm going to bring Maple's pups in next and let them start to play for a few minutes. Get all the pups together, see them all interacting together. They do play well together. They have not spent a lot of time together, but when we're doing puppy room cleanings, we combine, we'll take one litter, put them in the other room, and things like that. So for a brief period of time during puppy room cleaning, then they collect in the same room, and then we divide them back out so that the bigger ones don't pick on the smallest of the small ones. But now that these pups are at this age, their size difference is not as drastic, and their abilities to play together are pretty well equal. So they can, different age group puppies can mix and mingle pretty easily at this age without complications with compatibility, just based off of who has the skills to play rough and who doesn't, because they do like to play rough with each other. They all spend their time taking turns doing that. So I'm gonna pause the camera and get Miss Maple's pups